guys. I hope you've had a nice week. This is kind of a random topic that I want to cover. So I have been a Tumblr user for a decade now. I have seen a thing or two when it comes to being online. I'm not really on the meme side of Tumblr. I'm more on the dark academia, right blur, kind of web weaving section of Tumblr. And I was going through, I'm doing a bit of a web clear out, not a web clear out, but a digital clean out on my phone and my laptop. So kind of getting rid of all my screenshots, apps I don't use, kind of going and seeing do I really need all these TikToks I have downloaded anymore, and kind of organizing everything. And so I was going through and typing all the quotes I've screenshot over the years. So I have 10 pages of quotes I've screenshotted that was 2,000 photos. I'm I don't need all of these. So it's just one document now. But one thing that I noticed in all of the things I was looking at, the things that I was connecting was things that I was coming back to was web weaving, which is basically when a person goes on Tumblr and they post it's usually a collection of photos and they have references, but those photos are usually from different pieces of literature that connect one idea. One that I know is pretty popular is the relationship between a woman and herself, so kind of being a mother to herself, or tucking herself into bed and taking care of herself how she would have wanted to be taken care of when she was younger. So it's just kind of all of those ideas. But one that I really liked was I want us to eat well, and I saw this, it was a hashtag on this one user's on this one person's Tumblr, and I kind of really thought about that. I want us to eat well. It wasn't just I want to eat well, but the kind of dedication that you put towards to wanting someone else to eat well, because nourishing their body is so important, that you want them to be okay physically, and also mentally. And I wrote something down that I'm gonna read. So as I've gotten older, it's come to me that I have never properly cherished or thanked my body for housing me. To want to not just eat, but to eat well, to share meals with others that don't just taste good, but nourish our bodies. To practice cooking so that you feed yourself sustaining food. It is a love language I have ignored. Acts of service, gift giving, physical touch. Cooking is, I think, one of the most intimate, overlooked activities. And I think in our everyday lives, cooking is something that kind of gets passed over, or we see as a joke. I know on TikTok a lot of people make jokes oh, I just shotgun a Red Bull and maybe eat a protein bar for breakfast. And it kind of got me thinking about how when I was in college, I would skip breakfast, or when I would have dinner, I wouldn't really think about what I'd be making. And there was one point when I was living in the dorms at college that my one friend, who was taking too many classes, she had a couple of jobs, and she never had enough money for food. And she would always come over around dinner time, and she'd be like, oh, are you making anything? I'm like, always for you. So because she would be there, I would end up making food for both of us. And it's just kind of her presence that would keep me present. And I didn't always make good food. It wasn't fancy food. It'd be pasta or mac and cheese, or just something really basic, something you can make in a dorm kitchen. And it kind of made me think about this quote, I want us to eat well. And I follow her on Instagram. We don't really talk anymore. It's been a couple years, but it's nice to see where she is now. And when she posts a picture of a nice meal, I'm so happy because she's eating well. And that's kind of made me think about how I feed myself, and the foods that I reach for, or the foods that I enjoy cooking. And for the past couple of days, I am trying to cook not listening to music or watching TV or putting on a podcast, because that's what I have done in the past. I'd put like Dear Hank and John on, or Emma's podcast, or I would just put on like music. So I really wouldn't think about all the actions that I was doing. I wouldn't think about how I'm cutting food up, how I'm stirring a boiling pot, how I'm washing dishes. I wasn't present in the moment of my cooking. And it's something that I want to get back into, being more present in these moments where I know that I'm going to consume this. So I want to know what energy I'm putting into it. I don't want it to be passive energy. I want to approach it from a positive light and approach cooking as something that I'm actively doing, like I'm going to be actively eating it. And that's something I hope to do more of in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any recipes, drop them down below. I'd love to hear them. Thank you guys. I hope you have a nice week. Bye.